Good morning, guys. Man, it's so cold this morning. It's 3 degrees outside, and we're gonna go and wash this car to show you guys how to make the best pictures ever and how to flip and sell your car 10 times faster just with pictures, let alone a description or something like that. So I'm gonna show you how to make the best pictures possible with 60 euros of investments. We're gonna go and wash this car, go to one of the many locations I have here in my city to take pictures. Then I'm gonna show how to actually place the car, how to place the tires, how to use camera lenses on your iPhone. You don't even need a camera for this, you can do it just on your iPhone. So let's wash the car in this freezing weather, even though I hate doing it. But for you guys, I'm gonna do anything. So when you put the coin in, you have a lot of different modes. You have the foam, just washing like I put right now on the car. You have the brush, which you should never ever use because you don't need to use it and it's full of rubbish. And then you have wax, and then you have just to wash off the whole car. I never use foam because if you want to use foam, you need to actually wash it with your hand to get the full effect. So when I see people just put the foam on and leave it for 30 seconds and wash it off, that's just a waste of time. So I just usually use this washing mode, the wax mode, and the washing off mode, and that's it. And I always have the car as clean as possible. But if you want the car to be actually decent, you always take a car to the local detailer and just tell him, look, I'm gonna bring you 20 cars a month, 30, 50, maybe in 1 year I'm gonna double the amount. So he will actually just give you the price that is correct, and you will gladly pay it because the car will be looking 20 times better than you would actually wash it yourself. I remember 2 years ago I sold a car to a guy from Switzerland, and at that time I would get really excited to actually sell a car, and I would feel some kind of adrenaline rush, which is so funny to say, but you actually get the adrenaline rush at the beginning when a client calls you that, I don't know, she wants to come and see a car or something like that. And I was so excited that I got up at 6 a.m. to wash the car for the client because it was winter time and the car would just get dirty from 10 minutes of driving. So it was 6 a.m. It was minus 7 degrees Celsius outside, and I was washing the car and it was so cold. And I was always just thinking, even if the customer won't appreciate having even a cleaner car, at least I will know that I was giving the customer the best treatment that I could possibly give. And I remember washing the car and looking on the floor and seeing 20 Swiss francs on the floor, which was so funny to me because the customer buying the car was from Switzerland, and I found 20 Swiss francs on the floor, which is like 20 euros. I always remember that part, and I always think to myself, the person that actually gets up in the morning and goes to do something and work something, that person will always earn money. And it's legit proof. I got up, went to wash the car and earned 20 Swiss francs. So we're gonna take pictures of this Audi Q7. What I always recommend to people before taking pictures of the car is to wash the car inside. And before you make pictures, always tint the windows behind. This car has it originally, so we didn't have to. But always do this type of modifications before making the actual photos, because otherwise some clients get upset when they see you did something to the car afterwards and they liked it before you did, I don't know, like tint out windows or stuff like that. And plus you can save yourself money and time and everything. The equipment I recommend you buy this light, and they have 3 modes, plus they're with the battery, so you can see how much battery it has. They are full, and as you can see, the car right away looks better with the light. The picture can have actually more information regarding the light and the stuff like that, so I always put the lights not even that close to the car. I put them somewhere like this, just so the pictures look a bit better. So we can see right away that the car actually looks 5 times better regarding the actual information the picture will have. So the picture will have less contrast but higher brightness, and you can manipulate the picture better. Regarding the lines on the floor, I always suggest to find a spot that has as little as possible, because if you come this way and show the car, you can actually see on the car that there are lines. But I will also show the process of how to remove these lines. The most crucial step, I would say, is to always choose a place that just has blank walls, because even I studied multimedia and I know that if you put information besides the car, people will tend to automatically in their brain focus on the information. So always take a blank wall and do the photos in front of a blank wall. I never turn off the lights of the vehicle. So as you can see, I put them to a mode that they are just on standby. So the clients can actually see that you have, let's say on this vehicle, matrix LED lights, which are a high offer to pay. And yeah, that's it. Let's start taking pictures. So I usually stand somewhere like this, zoom in on the picture, take one photo as the camera wants, and then adjust the brightness and put it a bit lower, and bam, the picture looks amazing. It's just these lines that are bad, and we can delete the lines so nobody will even notice the lines existed. And also the lines on the floor, we can also get rid of them, and it's amazing. And you have 2 sets of pictures for each side. So you have the one with lower brightness and the one that was automatic as the camera itself wanted. So now we just rotate the vehicle, make all the photos, take photos inside, and that's it. We forgot one crucial step though. If the car has a panoramic roof, you should always open it for the pictures. So this is my fault, I forgot to do it. The car will automatically stand out from the competition, because you should always buy cars with as much options as possible, so you will sell the car much easier. Sometimes I even screw myself over because I end up buying cars that are the cheapest and don't even have much options. Like they don't have electric seats, they don't have some special color, special rim. For example, this car is an S-Line base, so it has S-Line seats, steering wheel, S-Line from the outside, you know, everything is special. So this car will sell itself when the customer comes to check it out, because it's so pretty. It has new tires, S-Line wheels, everything is to the high standards, and it will sell itself. But sometimes when I buy cheaper vehicles, I have to put more into them. I buy new rims, of course, new tires, tint the windows, do as much as possible to make the car look as badass as possible. And yeah, that's it. Always take pictures of stuff that the car has. So this car has matrix LED lights, which a lot of them don't, and it's a really high additional options when paying. So I always do this trick, take the brightness as low as possible and just take a picture of the light, and people love it. I have noticed that each car that I do stuff like this, and each car I implement additional, for example, if there's a picture of the inside the console, I will explain each and every single button on the image with text and show arrows and stuff like that, so people understand even further what additional options the car has. For example, this car has ACC, or tempomat as we call it in our state, and you know that means that it brakes itself, holds the lane, it does everything on itself. And this thing I think is mandatory in 2025, because nobody wants a car without this. Even if they don't use it, they want to have the option, so when they sell the car one day, they will sell it easier. And I know that from experience, because once I went to the Opel, however do you pronounce it in English, salon, and there was a client in front of me, and the client was telling the sales guy, I want to have ACC, I don't use it, but I know that when I'm gonna be selling the car after 3 or 4 or 5 years, it will be easier to sell with the option. So it made me just think, damn, people really know, you know, what's easier to sell. So that's what you should always keep in mind. The same thing with the backlight. And for example, this car has 7 seats. That's the biggest thing this car has. That's why this car is gonna sell. If the cheapest one in my country, in my city, is 50,000. This one is gonna sell 55 or 57 because it has 7 seats, and none of the other cars have 7 seats. So what I have to do with the pictures is show as much as possible, and with the description, that this car is different because it has 7 seats. And this car, I promise to you, that will sell 10 times faster because it has 7 seats. People with big families always buy the Audi Q7 or the X7 or the GLS because they want to have 7 seats. So this car has reclinable seats in the back, and I put them as much back as possible because I had some friends the other day that wanted to feel a bit more special. And bam. Take the picture from the back. And in this picture, if you're a professional, you will explain with text and with arrows that this is the control panel for the back seats. And even better thing that you can do as a professional is to later record a video and also post the video with the car when you post it online, and post the video which explains every single step of this car, which explains how to use the seats, how to recline the seats. For example, you take this, push it, drop the seat. You can explain each and every single process with pictures and video, and the car will sell 10 times faster because people actually see that you have a passion and you actually care about what the customer gets. The biggest mistake I made right now is not wiping the car. The lights look foggy because there's water on them. But if I was to wipe down, which you should do, but I'm lazy, the picture would be even better. But I will even show you that even if the car is wet, we can still make the photos look more professional than 10 other salons that are with high standards in my city. The other thing you have to showcase really well is the fact that this car has ambient light. So what I always say to people before taking pictures of the ambient light itself is go to the darkest space possible that has a little bit of light, and just showcase the ambient light itself. So you sit in the back, put the camera as high as possible, and just take a picture of the whole console from steering wheel to the end, and people actually see the whole ambient light thing. And you always take pictures from both corners. So you take a picture from this corner, drop down the light, and bam, you have one picture. And do the same thing from the other side, and always transition the pictures when you post the car online. So it starts with the picture from the steering wheel, middle, end, and you will have a nice transition. And do that with all the cars, so you will look even more legit, having always the same structures of car pictures. I'm gonna airdrop the photos we made to my computer. Even without a studio, without a professional camera, without professional lights and stuff like that, you can make better pictures than anyone else. I've made pictures like this 10 times better than anyone in my state, country, city, whatever. There are legit no excuses. It's just how much are you willing to work, and how much are you willing to learn and experiment. Because even I didn't just come to the conclusion of buying these 2 lights and finding a blank wall just like that. At the beginning I had photos which I made somewhere outside in front of shopping center, in front of a shopping mall, and I would take just pictures and I would be proud of them. But now looking at them, they look like shit. And with my help, you will at least have the high standard from the beginning to end. And once you achieve having a success and making multi-million-dollar or euro revenue, then you will be able to afford a professional studio in which you will make professional photos, or maybe even hire people who will make these photos for you, so you don't waste your precious time doing stuff that are not that meaningful when you have so much money.